Last one for the day, then I gotta go. But this one has to deal directly with one of my clients and what she's going through. And it's a good teaching point for others. So if you are working on a bunch of stuff all at the same time, you're doing way more than one thing, more than one business, more than one task at work, and you got multiple projects or multiple people, and you feel yourself being pulled in different directions, almost like you're being emotionally or spiritually drawn and quartered, right? And if you're one of those young people that don't know what drawn and quartered is, type it into Google. Just go on incognito mode when you search the images. Anyway, what you guys need to know is when you're being pulled in different directions, or you're trying to start multiple businesses or different side projects, it's gonna be really tough. How do I know? Because I'm doing that right now. But the difference is when you do one thing, you need to be doing that one thing. And when you are trying to finance so many creative projects or so many different things or so many work things or so many independent hobbies or people or groups, you're trying to finance that with your own energy. You're splitting your own energy and sending it in different directions, and you're not really giving that one thing 100%. So of course it's not going to grow. Of course it's not going to sustain. Of course it's not going to manifest. The same way that you wouldn't split your bank account in 10 or 12 different directions and hopefully it all makes millions, right? Yeah, you may, right? You may be one of those lucky people that kind of diversifies like that, and you're doing well enough to have that work out or have the knowledge on how to do that. But for majority of people, right, you need to focus on kind of one thing at a time. Or at least when you do one thing, you need to understand that it's going to work out the more that you focus on just doing that one thing. And if you're okay with financing your own energy to do multiple things, but maybe they're not growing as fast enough, or maybe they're not taking flight as quick as you want, that's fine. Understand that. I do a bunch of different things. They're not all taking off, right, at the same time. But I do like to continue those things because I know at some point I'm going to be able to apply more energy for that. But I don't have expectations that those things should be growing off and taking off and being super successful. This is where most people go wrong, is when they start to do too many different things, or 5 or 6 or 10 or 12 different things. They get really upset when a lot of these things aren't taking flight or working out as fast as they hoped or expected. People do this with relationships, people do this with business stuff all the time, and you have to just be okay with the process of doing those things. The 10 or 12 different things that I do, I enjoy the process of those things, and hey, if they succeed, they succeed. If they're taking off, they take off. That's fine. I know at some point I'm going to be able to apply more time and more effort to those things, and that's why I'm continuing them now without wanting the results or without expecting certain results. I just enjoy the process. It's a creative thing for me. It has to relate to authenticity. So think about this. If you have a ton of energy and you're doing a lot, are you financing too many of these things with your own energy, and is it a cost to you? Do you have expectations that all of these things should be successful, or do you just fall in love with the process of doing these things and that's why you do it? Or you're doing these things because somebody else has expectations of you to do these things and have them be successful, and now you're applying more pressure on yourself, which is inherently decreasing your ability to finance all of these different endeavors from an energetic perspective, okay? Pretty deep thought. Last sentence of this video is probably worth it for you. So save this one for later. If you have questions or comments or concerns, just hit me up. You can book me for one-on-one coaching, because I love talking about energy and financing different projects with all this stuff. It's super important. People need to know about this. It's called neuroenergetics. But think about that concept. What are you financing your energy with? Is it a benefit to you, or is it a cost to you, right? That's it. See you guys in the next one.